breaking news alert.
And that breaking news involves the arrest of a Houston area man known for making YouTube videos criticizing police. Late this afternoon, Earl Worden was taken into custody by McAllen police after being charged with sexual assault of a child. These allegations date back to 2002. New evidence was obtained by Deer Park police that led to the new charge. Over the years, Worden has appeared in dozens of YouTube videos criticizing law enforcement and challenging the legal limits of where people are allowed to record videos and take photos. Worden is already a convicted sex offender. It is not clear why he was in McAllen. He will eventually be brought back to Harris County to face a judge on this new charge.
Where you posted some videos about Shell and that 10.
Oh, so you do watch my stuff?
Huh? Yeah, I've seen it a couple times.
Okay.
It's pretty sharp, you know? It's like,
okay, so
here, I don't want to really tell you the truth, actually. Like, fill me in, actually, because I do not know the rules, surprisingly, because I have not been on patrol in a very long time. What are the laws, like, with sidewalks and easements and all that other stuff?
It's really simple, and you should have... Are you a certified police officer in the state of Texas? If you are, you just had updated training in January of 2016 on public photography and open carry.
Okay. I remember the open carry part, but you got to understand legal update.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, legal update is extremely boring.
I have a son that's a police officer. I understand.
Okay.
Okay, so
who does he work for?
I can't tell you that.
Okay.
Because I don't want any. I don't want him to have any hassles or problems
no
because of what I do.
No, yeah, that's no problem.
Okay.
But what is the law? Can you tell me though?
Anything I can see from public sidewalk, I can photograph.
So you can stand on the sidewalk?
If I'm standing on a public sidewalk, the Supreme Court has ruled that it's all good.
Okay.
If you stand in your window butt naked, God forbid, and I wanted to take a photograph of you, I can do it from the public sidewalk, any place public. Okay, it's that simple. That's the short version.
Yeah, because we used to have a guy. We used to have somebody that worked here that always got on to the. I don't want to call them solicitors. I guess they are. They're car wash people.
Yeah, they're kind of solicitors.
We used to always make. But we used to always tell them to get off the sidewalk.
Yeah, that's soliciting something different. We're talking about public photography.
Okay.
Yeah, soliciting's different. You may have city ordinances that regard to soliciting and stuff like that.
Yeah, and
that's
it's also public safety because they would be either on the curbside or on the median in the middle, like Center Street, how it's got the median. They would stand in the middle of that and hold up their flyers for the car wash, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And try to explain to them, if there's an accident and a car jumps the curb, there's nothing to protect you. There's no place for you to back off of without stepping into traffic. So it's just, for us, that was a big safety thing. And I know, like, if you're up there at Shell, there's not a whole lot of public space before you step into the roadway. So I'm sure that's probably...
And I walk very close to the roadway on purpose. Yeah. So what's happened with me and Shell? All right, so I got arrested outside of Shell by the Harris County Sheriff's Department.
Okay.
They stopped me because I was taking pictures of trash along the highway. Now, I had previous interaction, and it's on my channel, with a couple of your personnel. Sergeant, black guy. How many black sergeants you got?
One.
Then you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah,
What's his name? Tryon. That's him.
Okay.
And another guy. I don't know. They did fine.
Okay.
That was, as far as I was concerned, I was done with Shell as far as testing them at that point.
So do you go around and test the security for chemical plants or something?
It's not testing security. It's not about testing security. It's about testing whatever entity that I'm at. It's about testing them to ensure they respect my right to be on public property and take photographs.
Okay.
It's that simple. Shell, understandably, is sensitive to this issue, as are most chemical plants around here. Now, I will tell you, and if necessary, I'll provide you with the proper contact point, that anytime I find something that's inappropriate or a security risk out in the field, I have a contact at Homeland Security that I reach out to and give that information to them. If some nutbag contacts me and says, I'm going to go blow up a building, I send that all on to Homeland Security. I don't, I'm not out here to get anybody hurt. That's not what I do. Okay. The whole purpose of what I do is to operate within the law. And of course, I was the day I got arrested. However,
Harris County or us?
It's Harris County that arrested me.
Okay.
Tim Hill was there, and I was out. I'd come back to take pictures of the trash along the roadway. You know, this is the birthplace of Texas, and to me, it is disrespectful.
If you go through Brenham, they're the birthplace of Texas.
Yeah.
If you go down south, they're the birthplace of Texas.
Yeah,
if you
I
go
know.
to San Antonio, the Goliad.
But we have all the monuments here, or the vast majority of them.
Yeah.
And so I had gone back to get pictures of the trash along the roadway, and I had identified myself to Sergeant Tryon. I gave him a business card. You know, once I realized that he wasn't going to push me about my identity, there's at that point, most of the time when it comes to dealing with police officers, and you don't see it in my videos because I cut it out, is I'll go ahead and give him a business card.
Okay.
Okay. If you're not demanding ID, then I'm done.
Yeah.
If you're not telling me I can't be someplace that I can be, we're done.
Okay.
And they did none of that. I ID'd to Sergeant Tryon, told them that I was going to come back at a later date and get pictures of the trash along the highway. They said that they would put that in the report and put my description and name in there so that nobody bothered me when I came back. I was down on the Monument Road, whatever that road is. Battleground Road. Had an interaction with the Sheriff's Department there. They told me, you know, the same thing. You know, I'm out on the public road taking pictures of plants. Plants called on me. Sheriff's Department showed up. Hey, you're doing fine. Before I left the area, I thought I'd run by and get my pictures of the trash. That's when I ran afoul with the Sheriff's Department again. It's Harris County Sheriff's Department. They had nothing to arrest me for, so they had to invent a charge. Tim Hill was there, and he told them, and I have the audio on a video, and he knows I have it, of him directing the deputy to create a charge to arrest me for.
What exactly did he say?
Interfering. That's what they got me for. Interfering in public duties.
Oh, okay.
Said that I didn't raise my hands fast enough for a pat down.
Oh,
Beat it in court.
yeah.
But I didn't beat the ride, and that's the whole purpose. And it cost me about $10,000, you know, all things considered.
To Harris County?
Oh, well, no, lawyer fees, bond,
okay.
you know,
Okay.
you guys don't see the other side of the coin when you arrest somebody out here. And this was just a Class B misdemeanor. It's expensive. It's expensive to fight it. It's expensive to make bond.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, too many police officers, all they want to do is make that arrest. And it's unfortunate. This is what's creating the rift between law enforcement and the
public.
citizens today. We've gone for so many years, we've had broken windows policing. And now we're realizing that all that has done is put a wedge between the community and the people. I'm not anti-cop. Not by
Yeah,
a
your
long
son's a
stretch.
police officer, right?
I don't know how much you know about me. I'm also an ex-cop. Worked in federal law enforcement. Also worked for the government.
When did you work for the government?
After I got in trouble. How about that?
Who did you work for?
I initially worked for the government. I worked for a government agency, okay, that I cannot name because I have a confidentiality agreement with Homeland Security. And I was tasked to the U.S. Marshal Service, and I worked in South America, chasing fugitives in South America. After I got in trouble, I continued to work for the government through a contractor.
What'd you get in trouble for?
Sexual assault,
Okay.
1985, 86.
And they still hired you?
They continued to use me because I had a lot of contacts in the area that I was working for a variety of reasons. But anyway,
That's interesting.
it's more common than you realize. I did that for a while, and that's it. That's the short version on that.
So you were actually working for the U.S. Marshals?
Before I got in trouble, I was tasked to the U.S. Marshals.
Tasked, okay.
Do you understand the word tasked?
Yeah.
Lent to them. Lent to them because when I was in the military, I spent my time in Europe, and so I had a lot of contacts there. In South America, there were a lot of World War II fugitives, Nazis that had fled to South America. There were also a lot of Americans that were fleeing down there. So I had
Argentina?
Argentina in particular, but not just Argentina. The whole area down there was in the 80s a haven for Americans to flee to as well. So having somebody down there with contacts was handy for them. So there's the short version on that. I don't know how much you're getting from DHS on the latest bulletin, but you know that's it.
What bulletin?
You should have a bulletin on me. Maybe they've stopped publishing it now. Last year they used to publish them about every 45 days.
Yeah, because anything we got on you is, it's been a while.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I think the last time was a year, 2 years ago or something. And one of your postings, you made a comment about something about drones. You were going to get your hands on a drone or something. So I think that was the last thing, as a heads up that, hey, just be aware of this guy. Maybe now have aerial photos or something. But
What can I get that you can't get off Google Earth?
well, there's certain things if you see a Google Earth, in certain restricted areas they'll fuzzy out. You can only zoom in so far.
It doesn't.
For
It
definition
doesn't.
purposes.
It doesn't
Plus,
serve.
it's also Google Earth is what 6 months to a year behind in most of their images.
It doesn't serve any purpose for me.
Right.
Okay. Other than sometimes to piss Shell off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if they want to rain on my parade, I'm always happy to rain back. Now, I will tell you that it is my policy to not involve people's families in things. When if you have a problem with me, you want to come after me, that's fine. I'm fair game. I'm public. I got no issue with that. I have had trouble before with people involving my family members, police officers specifically. And my go-to is very simple. If you bring my family into it, your family becomes fair game. I will publish everything about them. I will go to their place of residence and photograph them and publish it.
Like which family you talking about?
Police officers' families.
No, with like your family members. Who's messing with your family members?
Oh, this has been previously. Precinct 8, I had a constable over there that wanted to publish one of my daughter's home addresses and some information about her. Usually when I let them know that I'm going to, return the favor, that usually stops it. We'll bring it to a halt. But I can tell you that I am extremely upset with this stuff with Mr. Hill.
Why?
I have no idea why he's making an allegation against me with his daughters. So let's get to it.
Okay, well, Mr. Hill, this is the whole reason why you're here, okay? And you're here freely and all that jazz, right? You're here and all that good stuff, and you're not under arrest or anything like that? Okay. Well, you posted a video to YouTube talking about Mr. Hill's daughters, right? Like
No.
you said, like there's like a beach in the background, and you're wearing like a blue shirt like that, and you say, "I know where I can find Mr. Hill's wife."
Ah, okay.
Church.
I know the video you're talking about. Okay.
Is there a reason why you said all that about him? Did he do anything to make you mad?
No, it's strictly to make the point. Okay, Shell is so worried about security. Okay, I recently had. It has become a thing. I'm not just the only person that does this. There are people throughout the United States, and so when they travel through here now, because of the trouble I had with Shell, it is like a rite of passage. They go by Shell and take. So, and usually when they do that, I try to be around to make sure they don't get in trouble. And so the last time that there was a guy out there, the Shell security guard tried to ram me.
Okay.
I never left my vehicle, never got out of my vehicle. He tried to ram me.
Okay.
Okay, so they are escalating out there, which is why I have not been back out there. I'm not out here to get anybody hurt, and I'm certainly not out here to get myself hurt. Okay? So the video you're talking about was not directed specifically at Tim Hill. The idea was to point out the fact that they're so worried about security, yet they're giving me all the information. I can tell you how many deputies are on duty up there at any given time. I can tell you police officers. What agency, I can tell you how many security guards they have on staff, because sometimes when I've been out there to film, they come flooding out. I can tell you the names of the 2 assistant directors. I can tell you the name, Tim Hill's name. I can give you all kinds of information about him, because when I had trouble with him, I have people that do research. I don't ask them to do it, they just do it, and they send me all this information.
Okay.
This is how I know I didn't realize Tim Hill. I don't retain this information because I don't need it. Okay? I'm not going after anybody. If I want to go after somebody, I'm going after them in court.
Okay.
Not on the street. As long as they're not out there shooting at me, there's nothing to gain by going after somebody except getting my dumb ass thrown in jail.
Yeah.
I'm all about not getting thrown in jail for something I actually do wrong. Okay, so that was the purpose of that video, was just to point out that Shell, being all about security, is giving everybody all this information.
Okay. So yeah, you post that about his daughter. You say, I know who his daughter is, and then you say, I know how to find his daughter. All right. That kind of.
It was all over her Facebook, which I think she may have cleaned up now. I hope so.
Well, yeah. I would too.
I pointed out to him.
But then that, to any father, you're a father of daughters, right? Any father of daughters, that would scare somebody, correct? Wouldn't that scare? You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on, listen. If somebody posts something about a daughter.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah.
I'm agreeing with you. I understand that. If that is all the allegations there is, well, I just explained to you what the purpose was.
Yeah.
I am not violent, contrary to what you may believe or what you may hear or what you may read.
I've never heard of you until a couple weeks ago.
But you've got, so what you've got,
Yeah.
so what you've got is a criminal history report and all this paperwork and all this documentation and most of which is bullshit, okay? But you don't know me. So when you look at that, I've been where you're at, okay? I've been on the paper trail.
Mm-hmm.
So you're looking at this career criminal, sex offender, blah, 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 okay? Put the paperwork away and start looking at me,
Okay.
okay? I'm not, like I said, I'm not anti-police. I'm not about violence. I never encourage people to commit acts of violence. And matter of fact, if you go through all my videos, you'll find videos and commentary frequently where I specifically tell people, you know, that I do not support acts of violence or ask for acts of violence against people that have necessarily harmed me.
Okay. So that brings alert to Hill, and that brings alert to our police department, right? So we start doing homework on you, and we find out that you're a sex offender.
Yeah.
Okay. So then we start doing a little bit more digging on you because, you know, they start to build like a file on you because they want to get to know you, right? Like you said.
Build that
Well,
paper history trail.
Well, your intel division is building a file on me for the Fusion Center. I know how it works. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, not at the Fusion Center. I've heard of the Fusion Center.